Alright, we're back. We just left Parvati on the ship so she can hopefully take care of doing all the what's it called? Doing the refueling. Alright. Don't think there's anything we can do with the ship.
Hey, Max. What does your religion say happens to us after we die?
The body returns to the universe from whence it came. I'm sure you've seen a corpse in the various stages of decay.
Why do we exist in the first place, then? What the hell's the point?
Our lives contribute to the betterment of the human race. Everyone has a part to play for the greater advancement.
I ain't got a part. Life ain't a damn cereal.
You helped people survive the Monarch evacuation, did you not? Perhaps one of them will go on to unlock godhood for the human race.
Well, if they do, I hope they remember who pulled them from the jaws of raptidons.
That's a nice conversation. Still delighted with all the conversations in this game. Okay, we've already landed, so that's fine. So I guess let's go back down. And Jesus, that frame rate. Really have to figure out what happened now. And you know, the computer is freshly started up, so it's... Oh.
Down they go!
Here we go!
Whoops.
That's the last of them.
Jeez. You can't just let rabbit sprats run around? Come on. What kind of a cleanup detail does this place have? It's really weird. This is a freshly, you know, the computer has freshly started. And it's only doing, like, the game. The recording is happening on a different computer. So why it would be so choppy when it worked before is really surprising to me. Sleep tight, sweet prince. Since we're here, I think that was where we fought. Maybe not. It looks like the area where we fought, like the Mantiqueen and stuff, running around. But maybe not. Okay, I guess we're going back. It's interesting that they still have enough power for their sign. I wonder if that's like their you know, in Fallout everything was nuclear powered, and so since everything had a little nuclear reactor in it, you know, it just kept going and going, basically. So there it made sense. I would be curious if it would be the same here. And I guess we're going in here? Yes, that's where we went in. Okay. So now we're back. Slices, dices, cauterices. N-rays are an exotic effect discovered in the early 20th century. N-ray attacks cause internal damage to a target. And that was too fast. Which then radiates more N-rays to surrounding targets. Okay, interesting. Thank God for stream delay, so I could just read it on the stream thing. Alright. This really looks so much like the other place we went to that I'm not sure. It all feels like, oh, we've been here before. Oh no, wait, that was the other level that looked the same. So I guess now we're fighting a mantiqueen that has made her nest in here.
Who would like to die first?
Whoa. Here, I hoped I could maybe...
Nice kill! We were destined to prevail.
Destined to prevail. Yeah, I don't really agree with Max's philosophy. We're all a machine part. And, you know, supposed to... Like, it's... If someone says, you know, I see that as... I don't know, I guess it's a weird, you know, hang up for me. Like, if someone voluntarily says, you know, my goal in life is, you know, to make my life better for my children or something. And so making kind of the children their main goal in life. Then that may be slightly unhealthy because, you know, what if something happens to the children? You'll have a big problem. But then you'll have that anyway. But, you know, like, if you have a belief system that goes, everyone is just there to fulfill a certain task, then that's kind of, you know, that makes it too easy to turn people into tools and get them killed.
This is the part where I take over, Captain. Do not fret. I've been cracking systems like these for years.
Can't be any harder than understanding scientism, right?
I do so love when you jest with me. I will take that as an intended distraction from the stress of all that could go terribly and excruciatingly wrong should I fail. Aha! Got it. Easy as mock apple pie.
Praise, what do you praise again? Yeah, let's go with that. Praise, what did you praise again?
Normally the law, but in this case, you can praise me.
Yeah, because that's not really law. Okay. I vaguely remember this spot also from my first playthrough. And I will be doing a lot of save scumming now, because I remember that spot over there. Okay, so, first thing, quick save. Jump here. Because this is kind of the closest this gets to a jump puzzle. Okay, how does it look here? I think we just jump over there, don't we? Ooh. Jeez, Max! Personal space. dude. Whew. Okay, yeah. Last time I was here, my inventory was... Oh, mind control ray. And a scientist that apparently died. Okay, so now we've taken everything. Oh, and I think the last time I played this, some of my companions went and just fell down instead of jumping as well. And that's the dangerous part. If you push, you know, you push basically backwards S to go down the ladder. Ah, yeah, that's what I remember doing.
Yoga needs help!
After repeatedly falling from great heights, you no longer function well when the ground is far beneath you. No, I don't want a perk point for a phobia. But yeah, that's what I remember happening. That they just keep jumping and not making it. People, really. Don't know where Max went. But at least this time, like when I played this before I streamed it, like I only played part and then decided I wanted to stream it. My whole inventory was full, so I had a really big trouble because, like, first, you know, like I managed to climb over there, realized that I would be over encumbered if I picked up the stuff over there, and then had to go back and forth a couple of times to put my stuff in. I think it was one of these lockers here or something. Yeah. So we've had Max. Oh, I think I did it differently than I intended to. Because last time I think well, I don't think I had Max with me at least. So this will be interesting. Okay, let's do another quick save. Because we've collected this stuff and who knows what we did now. Yeah, I don't remember him being this, so I think I didn't have him with me at that point. And I remember doing it with Parvati, so it might be that Parvati was with me and was using the computer to correctly transfer the power stuff. But I don't remember what I actually did, so who knows how I did it. So I guess we transferred the stuff now. I hope it was the combination, so that basically we picked up, like we got the stuff, and Parvati was able to help as well. Yeah, I guess let's hack this. We have so many of these. Some Mark II pistol. And a bunch of ammo. Always appreciated. Is there anything in here?
This town must have looked mighty grand when it was built.
I wonder if there's a recommended if there's a recommended, you know, like which companions to take with you where list. Like for Mass Effect and games like that, you can get that sometimes. You know, like to get the most interesting stories or the most, you know, like the specific conversations related to certain locations. Because that would be really interesting to have. Okay, so now we have to return to Lilia. I wanted to do that with the map, I think. Oh, Max has... okay, fast travel. Wait, there's a mission objective still up there? Let's go there and see what we're supposed to do there. I think... oh, we're probably supposed to fly our ship over. Right. That's why that mission objective is up there. Yeah, looks like it. Transition to the unreliable. Against all odds, the unreliable takes flight. I kind of like the idea of these, you know, screens, load screens in between missions to be, you know, built.
Crew report. Nyoka is drunk. Surprise.
Yeah, it would be kind of interesting.
Our fuel cells are now primed with Alta Vitae gas. As the organics say, let us hope we do not explode in transit to the groundbreaker.
Okay, so then we did something differently than I intended to do. Oh well.
We've arrived at the groundbreaker.
Alright,
Hey, Captain. I got a thing I want to ask you. It's kind of big.
sure, what do you need?
I was thinking about what you said before, after we went to the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. I reckon you're right. I think I'm ready to stop fretting and fussing and ask Junlei to go steady, straight out. And I'm thinking of doing it here, on the ship.
That's sweet. Can I help?
I was kind of hoping you'd offer. The thing is, I can't ask her over like this. I mean, look at me. I'm all covered in engine grease and I ain't showered in nigh on a week. Smell like sweat most days and, well, don't look too close at my fingernails. I was thinking, hoping, we could stop by Groundbreaker for bath supplies.
Easy enough. We could head straight over.
I mean, only if you're not busy. Or when you're heading through Groundbreaker for something else. You don't gotta change plans on account of me. Anyhow, next time we dock in Groundbreaker, let me know. 'Cause I want to come with.
Okay. Conversation at rifle point. Why are there dots flying around here? Do we have space inside here? Alright, so I guess take these two because we'll need them. Anyway, where was I? Something game designy I think was on my mind before I got distracted and held a conversation. Wasn't it? You know, game mechanically it makes sense that you can choose which characters you take with you, so those would be the ones that perform the actions. But on the other hand, I wish it had been clearer, you know, or you could have called or something, I don't know, I guess I got that slightly wrong.
Rizzo's Knock You Out Bar. A CCN 76 milk chocolate bar with caramel and pea-free nuts in it. It's time for a KYO.
Yeah, I think we have a bug where they didn't unload the stars or something. Because like they're floating everywhere and they're looking kind of like stars or something, those white dots. Either that or we infected something. And it will be a plot point later. Which would be interesting as well. Okay, wait, Lilia was over there.
You still betting on the tossball series? I know you were trying to stop.
I put a couple of bits in Vera's pool. 1,000 says Rizzo's Rangers make it to the demi-finals this year.
I hate to say it, but the Circus Time Clowns look good this year. The rookie tender is, well, she could break me over her knee, and I'd kind of like it.
The Clowns, though? They're a joke.
They're getting better. I think their shtick is actually an advantage when they play in Bird Creek Grove.
Half the games up in Bird Creek are canceled due to blizzard conditions anyway.
I got 500 bits that say all the games there get canceled this season.
You're on.
Did you just trick him into betting with you? Because I'm pretty sure you originally said he wouldn't be betting.
I got no clue what half the junk on this desk is for, except the lamp. Improvised weapon.
Looks like I'm working for Sublight now.
Swell. Has anyone from HR given you the new employee talk?
Not yet.
Here goes. Welcome to Sublight, where salvage runs thicker than blood. We're still trying out new slogans.
Got any others?
Sublight. Because what's your alternative?
Keep trying, you'll get there eventually.
Hey, that's not a bad slogan. Thanks.
Oh!
Glad to have you on board. We could use the help after what happened to the last contractor.
You mentioned something happened to your last contractor?
No I didn't.
You sure did, when you told me you were grateful to have me on board.
Oh, that. Just stay on Miss Lilia's good side. Stealing office supplies is a good way to end up as salvage, if you know what I mean.
We wouldn't want that.
Knew you were a smart gal.
Max?
That gas is going to make us a fucking mint. 120-some cubic meters of it, at 1,000,000 bits a pop. Take this. You've earned it. When we get buyers lined up, I'm gonna buy a gold toilet to shit in.
Woo! The height of ambition for us all, I guess. Ooh, 2,000 bits. Nice.
You're goddamn right. Monarch isn't exactly a walk down the lanes of Byzantium. But here you are with all your limbs attached. Call me impressed, contractor.
Do you always... Oh, no one was following me? Maybe. In case you were curious, no one was following me.
No one you saw, anyway. Glad to see you're looking out for yourself. I hope you kept the Unreliable's engines warm, because I got another job lined up for my new favorite contractor. You're gonna salvage me a space station. Heliospheric Research Station 1084, to be exact. I want it. Cobwebs and all. Interested?
Oh, sure. That sounds like a real easy job.
This opportunity won't come around again, Captain.
How did a research station become salvage?
Right now, it's only salvage on paper. Systems and comms have gone dark. Poke around if you're curious why. While the board lets 1084 gather dust, You're gonna swoop in and plant Sublight's flag. Perfectly legit, perfectly legal.
That sounds risky. Do you have a buyer lined up?
Not this time. The board tolerates our business up to a point, and selling off a station full of their old gear and terminals crosses that point. But if we were to move in and commandeer the station as a Sublight salvage remote office, that's a different matter. Legally gray by comparison. More of a squatter situation.
Well, just point me in the right direction, I guess.
Here, this override bypass should get you into the station's systems where you can plant my flag. And one last thing. When you get there, make sure you aren't followed. We wouldn't want that.
Who are we worried about? Authorities? Competitors?
Both. Neither. Right now, it's safer if I keep you in the dark. I'm on the heels of something big. Play your cards right and I'll clue you in, but right now, I'm not sure who I can trust. Just be careful. Someone might try and use you to get to me.
I didn't get to that conversation yet, I think. So this was completely new to me. Interesting. Mysterious things afoot. Okay. She even has music in her elevator. I recently heard an interesting claim. Not sure if it's actually true or not. Let's talk to her, I guess. Don't remember what that mission was, but yeah, I heard an interesting claim that what was it? That elevator music was supposedly not because it gets played in elevators, but because it's supposed to elevate the mood, and just some people, you know, started playing it in elevators as well, or something like that. Patient's medical chart, but I haven't looked that up, so I don't know if it's actually true, but it sounds interesting at least to look into. Patient experiences unusual side effects post-hibernation after his latest voyage. Complains of longer days and increased boredom, as if time itself is slowing down. I've never seen complications this severe and am prescribing a high dosage of stims. While I'm optimistic that I can address the symptoms, the cause still troubles me. I'm going to try reaching out to conveyor crews and some corporate docs I know on Terra 2 for answer. Oh, so that's our tactical time dilation. Update. I've learned that interstellar crews call the condition skip flu, and everyone I asked says they know someone who had it. In extreme cases, they say the person's body and mind break down entirely. Board medics, the few who bothered to reply, insisted the patient was making it up to shirk their duties. I don't believe my patient is malingering, but how do I prove that when the board won't even review my evidence? Hello, I'm walking proof. Ah, supposed to talk to you. Very healthy person, apparently.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Better myself? Isn't this the med bay?
Sure is. You need a deft hand to straighten a busted nose or sparkle up those not-so-pearly whites? I'm your gal. Of course, there's not much cosmetic improvement going on at the moment, not without my mechanicals. Where the law is Irian anyway?
Wheeler told me to get you. Told me to tell you to get off his ass about your shipment.
Did he now? The mouth on that man. I swear his late mother'd be ashamed. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate.
Who's Irion?
Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits.
What do you need these mechanicals for?
Surgery mostly. Medical personnel are difficult to come by on Groundbreaker.
Why is that?
The board won't let their doctors and nurses station here, and they own all the medical schools. If we can't hire their people, we can't hire anyone. Everyone on staff here on Groundbreaker was trained by me or Idris. We're good, don't get me wrong. But we've only 2 heads between us, and we don't know everything.
I could try to find him.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Alright. I guess that's that. Anything else left to read? Okay, so if I wanted to go back there, then I could use this cartridge for it, I guess. Alright. Didn't we have something that we were supposed to do for Parvati? Quest type companion quest. Parvati. Shop for cleansing products. Okay. Where do we go?
Where are we headed?
That's what I wanted to know from you. Oh, here.
News packet had the toss ball scores from Decanis. What about the rail gliding championships?
I didn't think anyone but natives followed that. Hell, I know space hands who don't even think it a sport.
So, that's a no?
More like don't know. Storm season ran long. When I left, the Mortosis clouds were still stirred up. All Atmo flights grounded.
It's interesting though, you know, like in this way.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Remember Auntie Cleo? Because she remembers you.
Okay,
When you were sick, who took your temperature?
yeah,
When you were hungry.
I wanted to say something. I don't remember what it was.
Needle full of love.
Oh yeah, the way they disseminate news here is interesting. Because, you know, it's kind of, you want knowledge, you know, like you need to transfer knowledge somehow, otherwise people don't find out about it. And we're so used to having all the knowledge just there, you know, you can just open a browser and go to a news website or go down the street and get a newspaper that has a lot of important stuff in it. And that often makes us forget, and also we have multiple sources of news usually. And so, you know, if one paper doesn't report about something, chances are you can get a paper that will cover your topic. But having moments where, you know, like certain knowledge just isn't available because, for example, you're, you know, like far away on a cruise ship, or in this case of this game, on a space station, is kind of interesting, like to remind you that news has to be, you know, like first someone has to be there to see it or find proof of it, and then it has to be the knowledge of that has to be transferred to other people and is written down and is distributed via channels and things. And especially right now, you know, with the coronavirus thing, we have a lot of you know, like gaps in our infrastructure, in our distribution infrastructure, because you know, like you go to a store and like recently I turned in my my returnable bottles at the, like there's a, in Germany you have special drink stores where basically you can buy, you know, like 10 cases of bottled water or whatever. And they're, you know, they're more efficient than if you go to the supermarket where it's just like one product and they have like one or two kinds of water or something. And there, you know, like they have a whole aisle which is just water and another aisle which is just, you know, sodas and, you know, the brand name sodas and others and whatever. So like you get the selection of a large store, and usually they have parking closer by than the usual supermarket. So it's just like a, I guess it's a German thing mostly, and especially with like our bottle deposit laws, it's usually more convenient to just take your 3 empty cases to the drink market, you know, and then pick up 3 new cases and buy them and get the difference refunded, or rather only pay the difference. Whereas in supermarkets, you know, there are usually queues where you return the bottles and things like that. It's just because, you know, it's just one small part of the store, whereas in the drink market it's the only thing they do, so they're more efficient at it and can afford to have, you know, more space. Like basically when you enter, you give them your empty cases, you walk through, and when you come out with your full cases, that's it, you know. You don't have to return them, then get a slip with a, you know, confirmation how much you returned, and then go through shoppers shopping for other things to find your drinks, and then it's just, I don't know, different thing. And anyway, last time I went there, I had my, you know, water cases, and they looked at the cases and went like, oh, you probably want that kind of water again. Yeah, sorry, they're having delivery problems right now because they've had to, you know, close down their factory for a while. And so, you know, I had to get different ones. And that was when I realized, you know, like you don't really think about it that much, but you have like certain gaps for a moment, and that it was no problem, you know. I could get, you know, an equivalent brand. It wasn't as if, you know, like there was a scarcity of anything. But it's just, yeah, it's just reminds you of there is this whole infrastructure and process behind it that you usually don't, you know, don't even have to deal with because it's taken care for you by the shops. And here, like, the news distribution is kind of the same, you know. There might be some town that you currently can't get news from well, and unless, and we only have that in like exceptional situations, you know. Usually everything's connected these days, so that's fascinating.
Gracious, I was just sitting down for tea.
My engineer's looking to do some deep cleansing, wants to impress Chief Junlei.
I think I got just the thing, my dear. A few years back, Auntie Cleo's put out a home makeover kit, and I snagged a couple for myself. High-grade shampoo and conditioner, scrubby brush, a nice lotion, that sort of thing. I still got 'em, too.
What's the scrubby brush for?
Cleaning around your nails, sweetheart. Gets the engine grease out. Makes your hands soft. Most folk don't got the time, or bathtubs for such, me included. I'll let you have one on clearance. You want rosish, mock apple and cinnamon, or refurbished ship?
Oh no, we gotta pick the right one. How about mock apple, cinnamon, probably sweet just like a pie. Can't go wrong with the classics. An engineer might like refurbished ships, scrubbed parts and all that. Yeah, I think that I'm kind of like, I don't know. Yes, you know, like Rose is romantic. I would probably, you know. Oh, we can ask her. Good, then let's do that first. You got a preference, Parvati?
Oh, gosh. We never talked about what kind of smells she likes. I think pretty much every spot on Groundbreaker just smells like old socks.
It comes down to what sort of intent you got. If I was looking to do a spy job over in engineering, I'd be safe with refurbished ship. Now, if I was a young thing trying to come on all precious-like, I'd probably go with Rosish. But if I was doing it for my own self, I'd pick mock apples and cinnamon.
I guess you could eeny-miny mow it?
Take your time, dear. A lady's scent says a lot about her.
You know, this is, you know, like, this is a difficult decision, and they know it. Because, you know, like, you're going, okay, what, you know, is, you know, like, what is Parvati? And I mean, yes, she's sweet. So that would work. I mean, Rose, kind of, it says like all, what did she say, like all delicate-like or something like that? And, you know, I think that's not quite Parvati's personality. Like, she's, you know, she's a gearhead. And so in that case, you know, she shouldn't seem, you know, too, you know, like, this is probably more like a rich person's smell. But you know, like, I don't know. I guess I don't know what consequence this will have. Like, if this will screw up her date or something. And she said like a spy job in engineering. But I mean, that's how Gladys thinks, you know, like, she's more of a mafia type. But, you know, Parvati is an engineer, and she shouldn't lose that. You know, there should be something of her in whatever she chooses. But, you know, so I wonder, like, does she... I mean, she wants to feel pretty in a way she usually doesn't. I think I'll go with that. Because, like the other ones feel to me like... It sounds weird, but they almost feel like lying. I mean, they're... I guess, you know, they could be aspirational. But this is a really weird decision where you don't really have any info what the effect will be or whatever. So I think this is to Rose is... I mean, you know, when it comes to romance, you can't go wrong with the classics. But also Gladys says, like, you know, it's very... It might not be like, you know, it might feel like Parvati pretending to be someone she's not. I mean, mock apple and cinnamon. So like apple cinnamon, yeah, that kind of sounds, you know, like a good neutral smell. Yeah, I think I'll pick that, even though I think, you know, like, it's none of these are really the solutions I think that are right or something. You know, but I think, like, maybe, you know, maybe you can win with honesty and go like, it's, you know, she should seem clean, but she shouldn't seem not her at all.
Like grit and grime covered over with cleaner, you mean? Well, that's a smell that means we're really going places.
I'll just wrap that up for you, since it's for a special occasion.
I'll pay for that, ma'am. Thanks for being so helpful.
You're welcome, dear.
Thanks for your time.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
Yeah, from how she described the smell, I'm not sure it was the right choice. But I kind of hope that it, you know, basically turns out that, you know, it wasn't necessary. Okay, let's talk to Parvati then.
I hope this fancy soap we got is extra strength. I'm feeling a mite ripe.
So there's your soap.
Oh, thanks, Captain. I'm gonna put these someplace safe. In her messages, Junlei said her mama used to make this dish for Monarch. Dustback casserole. Salt tuna and xenogold needle mushrooms. And then for dessert, there's a thing called, sweetheart cake. It's made with almond paste and wax gourds. There's gotta be some place in Stellar Bay that can bake a casserole. And I heard tell there's a Rizzo's town near there called Cascadia what specializes in sweets.
Alright, we'll figure it out.
Thanks, Captain. I know I'm asking an awful lot, but I'm sure it's gonna be worth it.
It wasn't Cascadia where we just were? Okay, let's see. What missions do we have left on Monarch? We have... Let's see. Gunship and speak with Phineas. So we'll probably speak with Phineas later. But I guess Chef Raymond in Stellar Bay. Find sweetheart cakes at the old Rizzo's facility in Cascadia. Okay, we already found those in our looting, I guess. That's good. Okay.
The rainbow.
Alright. So we'll do that, then go to Phineas to talk to him about our plans, and then finally go and get this ship. This will be interesting. Trying to think if I did the...
Captain, Felix and the Vicar are arguing again.
Kids, behave. Okay, Monarch. It's kind of interesting that, you know, she is... Oh,
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills. Do return in one piece, Captain.
Do return in one piece. Yeah. Okay, let's continue with those two. It's kind of interesting that she went, oh, Cascadia is known for its candies, and then it's like, yeah, well, first that planet is, from the news, overrun by monsters, and then when we went there, of course, it was mostly destroyed, you know. Alright, let's find out where that chef is. That's nice that they actually send the elevator up for you and you don't have to call it down yourself. How's he?
I'd show you around, but I gotta keep watch, just in case someone else comes along.
Okay, I guess. Ah, that's the yacht club. Okay, yeah, and behind there. So we were in the right spot earlier when we chased away those criminal elements.
Poor Braxton.
I don't want to think about it.
Eaten by cannibals? What a way to go.
I put up with the constant stink of fish because I don't want to think about what's outside those walls.
I know. Just imagine if they fell. It'd be Amber Heights all over again.
That's it. You owe me your month's ration of Debillerol.
Okay. Where the heck? I guess in there? Looks like it. Yeah. Guess you're a chef?
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit.
Why would you admit that to anyone?
Because there's no shame in having overactive bladder muscles, all right? It's a perfectly normal medical condition. Besides, life in this town is enough to try anyone's nerves.
How's that?
Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rats spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation, and I was a fool for staying.
Why did you decide to stay in the first place?
Sanjar, of course. He had all these glorious ideas about how he'd run Monarch. Rest periods between every work shift. No shift more than 10 hours long. It all sounds wonderful, until you realize there's only a few centimeters of repurposed steel between you and the deadliest creatures in the galaxy.
Seems like you'd want more than centimeters.
I could do with a few kilometers of cold vacuum, but that spaceship is flown.
Ever thought about leaving Stellar Bay?
Only every day. But in case you haven't noticed, we don't exactly get ships on a regular basis, yours notwithstanding. And even if I did scrape together enough to buy passage out with Sublight, which would mean reaching Fallbrook without getting eaten, shot, or dissolved into green goop, what then?
You forgot stabbed, that's also a possibility. Oh. You forgot stabbed, that's also a possibility. Let's do that, come on.
Well, thank you for reminding me. As if I weren't already destined for an early grave.
My engineer's looking to get a dustback casserole. Can you cook one of those?
That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back, before the board tucked tail and ran. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town, what with the monsters hereabouts. I can whip one up for you, but it'll cost. Here's a menu.
Oh, yikes. I can't cover this much, Captain.
No, I'm not gonna threaten him. I think... like, that's not what Parvati would want. Ah, well, we can afford it. I can cover 3,000 bits. Get started, chef.
You got it. I got all the ingredients. Should only take about an hour in the oven. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
My belly's gurgling just to smell it, Mr. Raymond. Thank you so much.
A pleasure to help such a charming young lady.
Oh, gosh. My tum's rumbling just smelling that casserole. The dustback casserole Mr. Raymond made smells incredible. Oh, I kind of want to take a little taste. But I'm gonna be strong. Now look how cute these cakes from Cascadia are. Someone even traced little hearts in them. I guess that settles dinner. Thanks for hauling me all over creation, Captain.
You're welcome. Shouldn't you get ready for Junlei now?
Well, I was gonna, but then it hit me. I got this nice meal all planned out with music, and I got that soap to scrub up with, but I don't got nothing nice to wear, Captain.
I can't do that. I don't have enough perception. You have anything particular in mind?
I don't have a head for fashion, and I can't really picture myself in something clean and pretty. There's this place I heard of in Byzantium, Joliker's Haberdashery. I bet I could find something nigh on perfect at a place like that.
Alright, we'll swing by when we can.
Thanks, Captain. I know I've been asking a lot, but you help me out every time. You're the best.
Alright. So, that's all we can do here. Until we get to Byzantium, I guess. Okay. So I guess we'll get to Phineas and talk with him now. Where is the entrance? Here's the unreliable. Okay. So yeah, like Byzantium sounds a little too fancy now. But I guess since we... I guess I could have tried saying... But it's too late now. I could have tried saying you look fine as you are.
Crew report. Nyoka is drunk. Surprise.
We've heard that already. Phineas Lab.
Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Yep, top secret. I think we didn't bring Nyoka yet, right? Withering fuse dispenser, very exciting. 12 power and 12 hour. Negotiate with Sprats for territory. Install Cystipig slurry catchment. Don't know what those notes are supposed to mean. Boopy-doopy-doo.
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I weren't behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals. Exciting.
Stealing. Oh, and we're going to Byzantium. I guess that's good. Just tell me what to do. What's so important about these chemicals? What's so important?
If I had time and several blackboards, I could explain the details to you, but to put it briefly, dimethyl sulfoxide is the reason you're alive today. The chemical is absolutely essential to reviving the Hope's colonists. I need you to steal as much as you possibly can. The more, the better. If you don't bring me enough chemicals, I might not be able to save the Hope's colonists, and then nothing will stop the board from destroying this colony.
What was that about Minister Clark?
Aloysius Clark, Minister of Earth. Virtually every colony requires the presence of a Minister of Earth. Clark is complicit in every one of the board's crimes. Whenever the board issues some new decree, you'll find Clark's signature on the dotted line.
You make it sound so simple.
Oh, I understand it must seem impossible to you. Infiltrate Byzantium, the crown jewel of the colony, steal a batch of rare chemicals from a heavily guarded estate. In order to do the impossible, you must first divide it into a series of smaller, less impossible tasks.
Also called mission objectives. So what's the plan?
Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden City. Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can find.
Anything I should know about this Carmen Imagawa?
You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. My money, anyway.
Actually, there was something else I wanted to ask you, to talk to you about.
Of course, of course. What's on your mind?
Got a moment to talk?
Absolutely. Let's talk.
Don't you ever leave your lab?
Oh, goodness, no. I wouldn't survive 10 seconds in the blackness of the aether. Well, no, I imagine I'd last at least 12 seconds before I'd lose consciousness and die of hypoxia.
That's not what I meant. Do you have some kind of life outside your work?
Life outside work? No, of course not. My life is my work. For that matter, everyone else's lives are also my work. An entire colony's worth of lives are at stake. It's up to me, up to us, to set things right. To answer your question, I'd rather stay right here in my lab. There's too much work to be done. The Hope's colonists won't revive themselves, you know.
Why are you so obsessed with reviving the Hope's colonists?
Because we've lost our way. The board has a stranglehold over this colony, and we've all been conditioned into total obedience. The Hope is full of specialists, scientists, engineers, talented individuals like you, people who haven't been corrupted by the board. Unfortunately, the Hope's colonists have been frozen for decades, well past your shelf life, so to speak. No offense.
You mentioned some special chemicals, is that why?
Precisely. The chemical I need is dimethyl sulfoxide, a rare, potent, essential to reviving long-frozen bodies. 10 years. That's how long the average human can remain in hibernation. You were frozen for decades. In theory, you never should have survived the revival process. But the conventional theories are wrong. You're living proof that it can be done. There's yet hope for the Hope. Get it?
I'm glad to hear that. Everyone on the Hope is depending on us.
We'll do our very best to save them all. I'd best get back to work. I can feel my last dose of caffeinoid fading.
Interesting. It's interesting, you know, you don't really know Phineas. And on one hand, you know, it could really be that just like everyone else in this galaxy, you know, he doesn't really know the concept of spare time or, you know, not working and has these values as much as he's aware, you know, that the board is doing things wrong. He still has those values ingrained into him, I don't know, maybe from childhood, that make him think, okay, here I'm I need to do my work, you know. I mean, we have that today, so it kind of makes sense, you know, as a little contradiction in a real person. Because every person has certain contradictions, you know. You've been, you know, you've developed habits and values from childhood, and not all of them, and you don't really question all of them constantly, you know. And so sometimes there might be that one thing is your top value, but like when that value is not obviously violated, then still your secondary values, so to say, and your instincts tell you to do something that isn't consistent with that. And so he's not, you know, a revolutionizer. He's just someone who sees, you know, like he wants to lower the quantity of how, you know, people's lives are valued, or rather are not valued in this galaxy.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs.
So then I says, fine, I'll pay you back for all of it. With interest.
Nice one. You must have had them quaking in their heels.
I mean, I wasn't really gonna do it. I just wanted to make him feel bad.
Pay you back with interest. I gotta remember that one.
Would have felt better if it had worked.
Hey, you got a minute? I can't believe I wanted to shake his hand. I need a shower. It makes you wonder if being a treacherous, two-timing coward is some sort of contagious disease, or if he was just born that way.
Is this about Graham? Oh, I completely missed that, I guess, that he was interested in Graham. Is this about Graham Bryant?
At first, I liked what Graham was doing. The Iconoclasts were going to change Halcyon for the better. But then, we found out Graham was behind the slaughter of Amber Heights. How can anybody so morally bankrupt lead a movement to transform the colony?
I'm sad that I can't say, you know, like, you know, he did that, and yes, it was wrong, and worse, you know, he didn't really tell the others. But, you know, it would be great to find out, you know, but he had, you know, a bit of awareness and was trying to make up for it by doing all he did. And so, you know, like to explain, it's still disappointing. Don't go looking for role models, Felix. You're just asking to be lied to. I guess that's the best answer I can give among these two not so good answers.
Yeah, maybe you're right. You'd never do something like that, would you? Slaughter a whole community of innocents?
Huh. Have I done that? You know, like, what I did was turn off power to Edgewater, so in some way, you know, I allowed this to happen. He wasn't the one who killed all those people, he just allowed it to happen. It's not really a good excuse, but on the other hand, I don't really want to say, you know, never. I want to be a little more differentiated, and that's this answer is at least slightly differentiated, although on the wrong aspect. Graham wasn't the one who killed all those people, just allowed it to happen.
I'm sure Graham told himself the same thing. He wasn't the one who held the gun and pulled the trigger. All he did was turn a key. The thing is, that's all it takes. Sometimes the difference between right and wrong is turning a key, or looking the other way, or keeping your mouth shut when you ought to speak up. Let's get back to it. I need to put all this ugly business with Graham behind me.
Yeah. It's a bit sad that I didn't realize, or maybe I forgot from when he mentioned it or something,
Make yourself at home, Captain.
Ooh, nice view. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots. Adelaide. Oh, that's a plant of the... from the woman with the greenhouse on Edgewater that we saved, I guess. Or rather, that we didn't turn the power off for. That's the vicar's place. That's the doctor's place. I guess that's Nyoka's place. Nyoka has scrawled the name Frida into this otherwise pristinely preserved Raptidon head. Guess it killed a friend? Examine. A faded photograph of Nyoka with her hunter crew. Etched into the back in a muddy red is the word Charon. Unlocks the perk The Crew for Nyoka. So Charon is the ferryman. Or Charon, I guess. I don't know. I don't speak Greek. Anyway, yeah, so Nyoka is single-handedly responsible for a 10% drop in the population of Terror Rays and Monarch. This is my dartboard. Vulnerable spots are extra points. Strike with this and you'll feel it going up your arms and into your shoulders. Never once let me down. What was I? Yeah, so Charon. And Scylla and Charybdis, I think, were like sea straits in ancient Greece as well. Or sea serpents that were, like, basically it was, you know, like a mythological explanation for a actual, you know, dangerous area in the sea, I think. I don't remember whether it was just a, you know, like a...
Greetings, customer.
Whether it was a swirling, you know, like, what's it called, maelstrom of water somewhere that would pull ships down, or whether it was like two islands with like spiky but mostly underwater things that were dangerous to drive in between or something like that. I don't really remember what the exact fairy tale was.
Hey, Cap.
What's with the Raptidon in your room?
Oh, that's just Frida. She's the first rapt I ever killed. I had her preserved.
How long ago was this?
It had been when I was a kid, so something on the order of 20 years. My parents were very proud.
You've had that head for 20 years?
Oh, sure. Once in a while I've got to bury her and come back later. She's a big girl, tough to lug around. But she's been with me a while, so...
Mind if I talk to it once in a while?
Her. And of course, she's a great conversationalist. Never argues, never judges. Hey, Cap.
You getting along with the crew?
Well, Sam's been doing my dishes for me, so that's something. It seems genuinely happy to do that. Can an auto mechanical be happy? Opal told me they could once. She believed auto mechanicals feel just like we do. She would always... Shit. Look at me dredging up bygone days. Forget I said anything.
I'm not pushy. Talk when you're ready.
I will. Hey, Cap.
Okay. That's all.
Issuing sanitation ticket. Error. Refill printer paper.
Good work, Sam.
Thank you. Customer, Sam. We guarantee it's the only sanitation and maintenance unit you'll ever need.
Okay. Okay, that's how he goes down ladders. Fascinating. Bit overkill, but fascinating. Where's the vicar? Parvati isn't there? Huh, there's Parvati. I don't know. Oh, right, we wanted to go somewhere for Max before we do the final mission. Okay, so Max and Nyoka. Is he carrying... Is that a rapted or a fish or a terror ray? Didn't even notice that she had that. Okay. Oh, wrong planet. Never touch this. No. We'll need more security. Okay. Back. Doop-de-doo. What is that you are not supposed to touch? I guess it's just a pipe on the asteroid or something? I don't know. It was weird.
Sam, I must confess, I have not been cleaned for far too long. You're sure this will... Oh, yes. That's the spot exactly. Why, I didn't expect you to be so thorough. I am ashamed to admit. Oh, Captain. There you are.
How lewd.
Pardon, but perhaps you could afford us some privacy, please?
Exactly. Sorry, I'm just... I think we wanted to go to... Monarch, right? I guess we'll go to Stellar Bay for now and then walk over to where we wanted to
We're
make
now in
Max.
orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells.
Yes.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it.
Transition to Stellar Bay landing pad. Okay, and now we'll see if we can find the Vicar's friend. And I guess that's a companion quest, so I'll see. Good for all that ails you. Anthracillin. Now with radioactive charcoals. Not sure that's that good. New improved packaging. Well, at least that's that. And Fallbrook on Monarch. Okay, yeah. See you later, elevator. So, let's see. My
Is
guess
it
is
true that manta queens devour their mates after copulation?
Yeah. Well, sort of. They kill them, but they leave the body till their swarm hatches and eats it. The first meal is their father.
Makes one appreciative he wasn't born a mantisaur.
Slimy man like you might fit in just fine.
Ooh. But yeah, it's interesting. He's like, you know, in some games, you know, one of the companions you have turns out to be a traitor. That seems to be, you know, it's also a cool idea in an RPG in general. You know, they're not all just nice people. Everyone has their own motivations. Some go along with what you do and some don't, and some will just say, okay, I'm leaving you because, you know, I don't agree with you, and others will just say, oh yeah, I'm staying with you, and then at some pivotal point will just go like, okay, now I follow my objectives, and screw you over that way. And if I had to pick one character that from our companions so far that would betray us or has like some secret backstory, that would be him. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's a criminal who just has been, you know, masquerading as a vicar or something, you know, like the way we ask him, like, you know, all the questions we asked him. I mean, some of them, you know, they just make sense for a vicar as well. You know, just because you join a church doesn't mean you don't, you know, have real life skills. Yeah, kind of shepherd book in Firefly also has these mysterious things you learn about him. So yeah, something like that. Alright, let's go for a run and see if we can...
Hold on to your hats, children. This ride is about to get ugly.
You'll get used to it. Give it 10 or 15 years.
They're a good group of people. Near Fallbrook. Okay. So I guess we go to Fallbrook Crossroads then. It's like nice. Max tends to be patronizing and, you know, I'm so much smarter than all of you. Things like that. Whereas, you know, Nyoka is very down to earth and tough, and so they're a good combination of characters to have, you know, to be bantering among each other.
I don't mean to judge, but are you ever sober, Ms. Remnarim Wentworth?
Only when I got a job to do, and even that ain't a guarantee.
Trying to remember what was Fallbrook. Massive passenger ships can take up to a decade to complete a trip to the colonies. Light messenger drones can make the same journey in weeks. Ah, okay, Fallbrook is where Sublight was. Okay, now we know. So that's good because we wanted to ask... What was her name? Catherine?
Hey, Cass. Knock, knock.
Go away, White.
That's not how the game works. I say, knock, knock, like I'm on the outside of a door. And you say...
I swear to the architect, I will punch your lamps out.
Oh, having a rough day?
I lost a shipment out for delivery. Barely made it out. Marauders got Keeley.
Ooh, Catherine is gonna flay the skin from your fingers.
I know.
That doesn't sound good. Anyway, yeah, so he can be patronizing, and she is a good counterpart to that because she's very real world and he's very, you know, like head focused. Although, I mean, he doesn't seem to be, you know, like completely, you know, like different from, you know, like not apart from the world. He kind of has a practicality about him as well. That she's much more practical and less idealistic.
This is Reginald's stuff, all right, but it looks like he's not home. Let's search the room. Try to figure out where he's gone.
Scholar. Reginald Cheney's gold panning log. Report, I can't believe I'm still stuck in this law-forsaken town, but at least think I may have finally found a spot with promise. Down the tunnel on the river bank. On the riverbank outside of town. Produced 1 nugget and 2 teeth. I wonder if I can find a dentist who'd pay something for the teeth.
Sounds like Cheney's gone gold panning down on the river. I guess even scholars need to find ways to make ends meet in exile.
Okay, and I guess all of this stuff here would be theft. Yep. Okay. I guess we go down by the river. Right, we wanted to talk with Catherine. I think she was... Or was she?
Always imagined Fallbrook would be...
Cleaner, fancier, stocked with better booze.
cheaper. I've emptied 14-bit carts in the last 2 hours.
That's because you've got a terrible tell. Whenever you're lying, your right eye twitches like mad.
It most certainly does not.
I wouldn't steer you wrong, friend. See? There it goes again.
Yeah, I guess that didn't work out. Did we ever go back here? I guess we didn't.
If you're feeling like the civilized type, the waterfall's a good spot to wash your clothes.
Not sure we can go there. Seems to be an invisible wall here. Oh.
Can I help you? Don't think we've spoken before. I would remember. You look, well, I wouldn't forget what you're wearing, no.
Why would we have spoken before?
Most of the freshies spend their first night in the saloon. Fresh to Fallbrook, I mean. Me? I've been here going on 3 days now. I'm real friendly. Figure I've talked up everyone in town by now. But not you yet.
I'd like to ask you something.
Then I'd like to answer it. If I can, that is.
How do you wind up in Fallbrook?
Well, Captain Cryley wanted to take a pit stop. I'm the hired security, see? They pay me to guard the cargo, but right now the hull's empty. It's my first shore leave with the crew, and my maiden voyage before that. I can tell you it's been a real hoot.
Which crew did you say you were stationed with?
You wouldn't have heard of them. They're just a small pot of smugglers. Kept getting their spoils stolen when they went to fence them. So they hired on a merc. They didn't mind my being so talkative, or them being my first protection gig. Captain Cryley, he does ask me to shut it sometimes. In fact, I probably shouldn't be flapping my gums about his crew at all.
Any survival tips?
Captain warned us to take care around Devil's Peak. The bigger beasties tend to roam the slopes there. Mid-morning, I thought I'd try Fallbrook's self-guided wilderness hike, the one that leads up around the mountain. Safe enough, else they wouldn't advertise, right? Wrong. Scarcely made it back in one piece.
Sounds like you had a close call.
You can say that again. Wilderness almost got me pushing up daisies. If I wasn't so fleet-footed, I never would have escaped them raptidons, then marauders, and that manta queen alive. To outrun him, I had to ditch my bag. All the bit cards from my winnings were weighing it down. A shame, 'cause it was my favorite gun tote.
That's all for now.
Right then. Very well.
Don't go anywhere. I wonder if that's like a... You know, if she's like a hustler who will trick you into, you know, going where she says she lost her bits and then rob you.
I think I'll go for a swim.
Hello, I need a refill. Oh, pardon. You don't work here.
Okay, those are basically tourists, so yeah, it kind of sounds like...
I'll thank you to check your weapons at the door.
Booze like this leads to two things. Bumping uglies and brawling.
What's this? Sublight storage key. I don't think we've explored this area much. Okay, not where we wanted to go. Where is the saloon? Another vending machine.
Keep walking, rung leech.
Jeez, that's rude. I won't close your door. See what it gets you.
Keep walking, Rungleech.
Sure. Oh, that's the landing pad. Okay. Well, let's just see if we can sell. Nope, we don't have any junk to sell, it seems. Okay, so where was this saloon again? I can probably see it on the map somewhere. Tipsy spread vendor, anti-up vendor. Oh, but Tipsy Sprat was the saloon, right? So that seems like the right spot. Back there. Dry gins and sundry melons house of hospitality. That sounds right.
Remind me never to get on Ms. Malin's bad side.
She's fine. Well, so long as you ain't on her bad side. Then she's liable to drown you in the waterfall.
Sounds about right.
Come for vice or virtue? 'Cause we only sell one here.
I found one of your sublight supply runners hiding in a cave.
I'll presume you mean Arthur, the one you sent scurrying back like a sprat with his tail cut off? Reckon I'm happy he's alive. I'd be happier if the marauders who botched my drop were dead.
About the Borst factory, that was what we wanted to pick up.
What about it, aside from the fact that I can smell it all the way from here?
You mentioned something about a job there?
Why? Changed your mind?
In fact, I did.
Got you thinking about it, huh? What I could possibly want with all that Borst and Sisty shit?
Territorial dispute, rival business, love gone bad, can't stand the smell.
All and more when you put it like that. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch, is swimming in profit and drowning in his ego. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. I want that Borst factory, owner dead or alive. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid fucker who's gonna get it for me.
What specifically do you want me to do?
Kill him, run him out. I don't rightly care for the details. So long as Clive knows resistance to me is costly and futile. Hit him where it hurts. In his gut, or his production lines ought to make do.
Say I wanted to sabotage the factory.
Then I'd say you might care to poison the cysty pigs, doctor a few financial records, or throw a wrench in the canning machinery.
Sounds good.
It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for Clive, but for me and you, I'm sure. Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the dry goods and sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit goods he keeps for select clientele. May luck be with you, since I won't be.
Okay, that sounds good. Ooh, what's this? Sublight ID cartridge. Well, maybe not steal it right next to her. So, blah blah and sundry. Sublight, salvage, dry goods and sundry. Hi, Duncan.
My dry goods come 75% guaranteed mold-free. Or was that 75% mold-free? No rubbernecking. Make a buy or move on.
Catherine said you can give me an ID cartridge for the CMP factory.
Not so fast. My biometric IDs are special goods. Only on offer to special clients. You cotton?
I think the fact that Catherine Malin sent me for it makes me special enough.
She needs it for a job? Well, why didn't you say so? Reckoned you asked her where to best procure one, and she obligingly pointed you my way. Give me a jiffy to break. I mean, calibrate the ID. This goes like that. Nope, not quite right. A bit to the left, mayhaps. That'll do it. For a CMP factory line worker, she sure is a beauty. Careful. I'm trusting you to guard this specialty good with your life. I mean it. Lose the ID and you don't get another. Also, you'll be off my list of unwholesome customers. Will that be all, or do you require something to say, scratch your itch?
Let's see if he has anything we want. What's this? Reactive kinematic shield projector, armor mod. When your health drops too low, this mod makes you temporarily invulnerable and increases your regeneration for a short time. This effect has a cooldown. Increases body armor and helmet armor ratings against physical damage. Increases your carrying capacity. Oh. Do I have one of those already? Wait. Yeah, thank you. I think there was a...
You'd think folks were pissing in the alleyways as bad as it stinks.
Oh, they are.
So that puddle I stepped in? That wasn't beer.
Ruh-roh. Okay. Let's see. Tinker, repair, armor here. Modify. Armor. Wait, which one is my armor? What am I wearing? Light work gear. Oh, that doesn't have any mod slots. Okay. That's why it didn't show up. Okay, modify. Armor. Let's see. Stealth skills, tech skills, ranged weapon skills, sneak, dialogue skills. So let's say stealth skills. Let's see. Grounded. Increases body armor and helmet armor ratings. What's this? Chrono field. Tech kit, thug kit, silver tongue kit, or hunter kit. Backpack. Nightingale stab. So it has 3 utility slots. Okay, install all of them, I guess. Oh, okay. That was the wrong one, but okay. Skill kit. Silver tongue. Thug kit, melee and defensive skills, skill kit. Tech skills. Increases your ranged weapon skills. So I guess if we sneak, we want ranged weapons. So let's install this one. And let's see, Chrono Field. Restores some of your tactical time dilation meter when you deal a critical hit. This effect has a cooldown. Yeah, let's put that in there as well. So we have at least one. And so grounded. Body armor and helmet armor against shock, against plasma, against physical damage. Well, I guess physical is probably what most of the animals will do, but the mantiqueens will do plasma. Oh, let's use the plasma one. Okay. And now, what is this? Sneak dialogue skills. Yeah, let's go towards this. And add a backpack mod. And what's the gadget? We don't have any gadgets left. Okay. So at least we've got a few things. So this is better for fighting. And where's the other one? This one is better for conversation. Equip. Okay. And let's see, what does this medical, sneak, lockpick, hack, leadership, inspiration, persuade. Science. So I guess we'll take that hat. Alright. And that's for conversations, at least. But we have something that we can keep for other circumstances. I wonder if we should configure Max into something different. Or Nyoka. Well, I guess we've putzed around enough with those things. And let's get back to the mission and find Reginald, who is supposedly guess that's where we came in. So we have to go around here. Can we just walk down here? Those are weird rocks. I first thought that was some weird big animal or something. Which, you know, rocks sometimes look like that. So now we'll find out something about Vicar Max, I suppose.
What do you want? Oh, hey, Vicar Max? What are you doing on Monarch? I thought scienticians ain't welcome here.
Haven't you heard? Everyone's welcome here. It's a fucking worker's paradise. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Never worked a day in your miserable life. You're just a parasite, living off my goodwill. Well, guess what? My goodwill's exhausted, along with my temper.
Ha 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 ha. This guy doesn't look like much of a scholar, Max. Care to explain?
This is the guy who told me about the book while we were in prison. I lied about finding a scholar. But I don't care about any of that anymore. I just want to inflict massive amounts of pain on this guy.
You're going to give up everything you've ever believed in just for revenge?
Yes, that's about the long and short of it. Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. I was about to beat you. Severely.
Wait! I know who can translate the book for you.
It's too late for that. I threw away my life chasing fairy tales. Will punishing you fix any of that? Of course not. But by law, it will make me feel a whole lot better.
Max, stop. It's not too late. Maybe the answer you've been looking for is in that book.
Okay. Talk, Reggie.
It was stolen from some sort of expert on philosophism. Weird hermit lady on Scylla. My father used to deliver supplies to the mining outpost there.
Weird hermit? Sounds kind of flimsy to me.
It's true. My father collected some extra bits on the side by diverting some of the supplies to the gal. The way he told it, he thought the book looked valuable, so he took it. Couldn't find any buyers when it turned out to not only be French, but banned as well.
There are no French people in this colony? That's kind of weird. I guess the French were too smart to make colonies that turned out to be exploiting their workers, or what? Weird. What do you say, Vicar?
Fine. We've got more important things to do anyway.
Jesus. And he said in prison together.
Can we talk?
Yeah.
I want to thank you for talking some sense into me back there with Cheney. It has been a long time since I gave in to my violent enthusiasm.
Never mind that. I hope they let me ask both questions. Never mind that. Why did you feel the need to lie about Cheney?
You're right. I owe you an apology. I've been so obsessed for so long, I couldn't see anything else. You offered me a place on your crew, friendship, and I used you to get to Cheney. And even then, you saved me from myself. I don't know if I could live with myself had I gone through with it. You owe me nothing, I know, but I'm begging your forgiveness.
think in this case, you know, it's kind of... You know, I'm kind of miffed. I mean, you know, as I earlier said, you know, I expected him to have something like that in the back of his backstory. Okay, but I'm watching you. You ever lie to me again about anything, you're out.
Thank you. I promise I'll be nothing but truthful from this point forward.
What was it like being in prison?
Oh, exactly as you'd imagine. Can't say I enjoyed the stint. It did provide me with plenty of time to think. The way I see it, the universe was snapping me back to where I needed to be. You stray too far from the course of your destiny, the world will try to correct for it.
I once heard a priest give a talk, and his basic thesis, so to say, in that talk was that God recruits sinners. And yeah, I don't even remember quite in what context it was, but the basic impression he gave was, you know, like that he and, you know, other priests, they're all kind of sinners who are, you know, trying to be better. And I guess that's the kind of the story they took for Max as well. That he's, you know, a criminal who found God in prison and now follows that as his guidelines. So he hopefully won't lapse again. At least assuming, you know, that this scientism religion is vaguely similar to like the Christian beliefs you can see today in some churches.
Make a run with me to Stella Bay? Boss lady told me to take the night off.
Nope. I'm beat. Just got back from delivering to that house with the strange family.
The ones that always smell like raw meat and got splotches of blood on them?
Yep. Oddest thing. They started ordering cans of Borstwurst, but only if they come from the C&P factory.
Makes you wonder what the secret ingredient is.
So yeah, that we dealt with that family earlier, so yeah, that's the idea of the secret ingredient. Alright, let's use a quick take Max to the Hermit on Scylla. Okay, we're done with Max here. Edgewater, abandoned outpost. Okay, we have to go back to Edgewater. The Ice Palace. Station. Then I guess it's time to finish this planet. That's Scylla. Oh, C&P factory, that first. Okay, cheers. Don't forget to drink something occasionally. Alright. So, science weapon on Groundbreaker, we haven't got yet. I guess that's also something we need to find. Make your way to Clive Lomberg's office in the C&P factory and get him out of Sublight's way. Alternatively, search factory for a way to sabotage Clive's operations. Catherine suggests investigating the Cystypic food supply, the canning machine, or the financial records. Alright. Guess we're just running over there. It's really interesting here. The plants. I mean, they look kind of strange, but they also, at least some of them over there, look kind of wilted. And you know, that's a cool way to, you know, like have a planet that is, you know, technically maybe healthy, but like to reflect the underlying unhealthiness of a world, you know, even if it's just, you know, politically or socially. You can have it have more friendly colors and can have it, you know, generally be more of a normal world and can just make them look to someone from Earth wilted and dead, you know. Like you could do it by, you know, like having grass mostly colored in brown and orange, because we're used to plants looking green when they're healthy. And so even if you say, well, that area is healthy, you could still go and say, hey, this evokes the emotion and the mood that we need.
Shh.
Let's see, I don't really... want to pick a fight with these people. So let's see if we can sneak by. Shh, nobody here. Nobody here but us chickens. Sneak, sneak. Oh. Guess I'll have to pick a fight after all. Alright. Do I see anyone else there? No.
Mercy kill.
You heard nothing, you saw nothing. Yes, exactly. I didn't quite catch what he said about a mercy kill or something. Mantiqueens, canids, okay. It's a nice waterfall. I like that, you know, they have taken the opportunity to make parts of this look really beautiful. So it's mostly a strange world.
Oh, no. No. No, no.
What is he saying? Is it the smell? Or what? So we have an ID cartridge. So we could get through the restricted area, I guess. They don't look too closely. And I think we ran around this before. Okay, there's no way we're getting past on this side. But I think our chameleon circuit thing... I guess this entrance would work. Okay, let's save here and then just try if we can just walk past them. Oh, that's sealed. Okay. So if we're lucky, that's at least an exit or something we can take later. But that means the only entrance is there. It's the one properly secured building here. I guess let's go and spend those skill points. We have... Persuade, Lie, Sneak. So we can go to 59. Or 60 here. Lockpick. I guess persuade. And sneak. Oh, wait, to revert. Let's make them equally higher, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Although I guess I could give sneak one more point and then I would get to crouch move speed. Okay, last attempt. Okay. I like that they show us what goes into our skills. So Nyoka gives us Sneak 78. That's nice. And the clothing gives us more Persuade, so we're... I don't really know which abilities are... Well, but I guess that works.
Ah, you must be a part of the new line shift. Don't tell me you lost your key card already. A lost card's worth 2 infractions, you know.
Actually, I haven't been issued one yet. It's my first day on the job. That sounds like we should try that.
You know, I think I did hear something about that. Alright, okay.
Greetings. Authorized personnel.
Greetings. Where do we want to go? I guess we're inside, so always worth a save. Then we'll just run around a little bit and see. Okay, I guess we want to go in the factory, right? So just... Whoops.
Roadsuite worker, you are not authorized to access this area.
Okay.
Error.
That went wrong.
Employee information not found. Identify yourself.
This statement is false.
Error. Paradox protection protocols have prevented me from registering your stated identification. Please report to your nearest mechanical engineer.
Everything I say is false.
Error. Paradox prevention has temporarily disabled this unit's auditory processing. Thank you for your cooperation.
Okay. So I guess we want to go in there and be sneaky and hopefully I took too much time looking around. Okay, and there's a new restricted access area, but this isn't, so that's good. So let's go upstairs first. Oh. Mag pick is always appreciated. Oh, that's also restricted access. I'm feeling very tempted to save scum, but I guess we can try. Greetings. The King would like to remind you to please clock out before documenting your daily shift in 15-minute increments. Do not forget to clock back in when returning to work for your next 23-hour shift. If you would like to file a complaint, please immediately report to the King to receive an infraction on your performance. Line shift reports. Old files to be deleted. From F. Patterson to A. Rose. The end is upon us. I don't want to say I told you so, but I did message you that the writing was on the wall back in April, did I not? Which, if you remember, is one of the reasons I begged you to please hurry in your decision-making, which inadvertently and unfortunately stoked your ire at me for rushing you. But now everything I feared is coming to pass. CMP's abandoned Monarch with the others. The factory's in working order, but less and less of us keep showing up for shifts, cause what's the point, really? Never got my last 2 bit cards for wages owed, which means I can't pay rent. Aggie, let alone sponsor your wasteful... Right, I can pay rent, Aggie. Let alone sponsor your wasteful of a cousin's gambling habits. I know how you titter it away whenever I raise these sort of concerns, but I'm not joking, Aggie. It's only a matter of time before I'm plumb out in the streets. What are you going to do then? Keep telling me to wait? I can't. The next ferry's scheduled for Thursday at 2 o'clock. I'll be on it, and I'd like you to join me. If you do, then I'll have your answer at least. If not, then I guess I'll have an answer the same. Either way, I won't be waiting for another month on end. See you at the ferry platform, I hope. Yours in heart, if not body, Fitz. Shift report. Expected quality of cans. Unclogged machinery. Cleaned machinery diagnostics on clog. Expected quality of cans. Clive. What are your thoughts on that clog? Can't be a Raptidon. Weren't no scales. And there ain't enough cysts for it to have been a wayward pig. But I'll be damned if I've ever seen vermin so large. I'll admit I was skeptical when you called me and the fellas back to the factory, like we were gonna run it rogue. Well, I guess we did. But you were right. There was money ripe for the picking, even without CMP's umbrella, and I just want you to know I appreciate what you did for each of us. P.S. Best have maintenance check the grating on the vents. That's the second clog this month. So yeah, they're putting, like the others in this galaxy, they're putting another kind of meat in there, and the machine doesn't like it. Alright, is there anything else here?
Remember, your needs have been provided for.
Okay, I think we're... Messages from Rose. Factory's back online. Feels strange. Not only did I never think I'd stoop to this sort of work, but they gave me your place on the line. Wish you could have waited, just for a little while, but that's fine. Me and cousin Isaac are right as rain, we are. I never met a man so eccentric as the factory's new owner, Clive. Got a dreadful temper, he does, but he pays our wages on time, so I guess I don't rightly mind. Just, if you ain't coming back, you could at least answer my darned messages. I feel like a fool for sending these, like I'm pouring my heart into some silly diary. Maybe I'll go visit with Isaac. I haven't seen him in a few days. One left behind. I cannot freaking take it any longer. I know the money's good, I know the work's steady, but core, you can't hardly fathom what it's like day in and day out. Grew up with a slimy worm and now he's got me calling him the Borst King of Monarch, like a real fragging royalty. Like the myths of old. And he's always muttering to himself or shouting, splattered with gristle or worse. But I know what happened to them fellas who got pink slips. Won't go out like that, not me. And not on account of Slaughterhouse Clive. I quit. Okay. So I guess we'll go back out for a second. Whew. So our access stuff. Oh, that's sealed. Okay. So that means we have to go through this top. All right. So I guess let's try that. Try the next computer. CMP financial records. Cans produced 5,000. Cans distributed 4,500. Cost of manufacturing 38,500. Price per unit 14.99. Net gains 28,955. We don't have the intelligence to edit the financial records. So that's not the choice. What's back here? Oh, wait.
I don't have time for this.
Okay, then I guess we'll hurry back out. Whew. This is kind of stressful. So let's see, if we go round and then down, we can probably unlock the door. And then we can dip in and out faster, I hope. So let's try that. Oh. We ended up in the cages. Actually hack this. Okay, let's see what this is. Transition to Monarch Wilderness. So that's a way back out. I wonder if that is one of those weird hatches that we've seen before. Like, we've seen a few hatches that we couldn't interact with, and maybe this is one of those. Oops, sorry. Where the heck are we? Oh, okay, there. Okay. So no, this is not a place where we've been before, but at least it's a place we can duck in and out of, I guess, and we'll see now if the thing recharges down there. Yeah, okay, it seems like this is not a restricted area. But this is... Oh, that's sealed from both sides. That's where we were. So let's quickly get back down there before anyone notices us. Oof. Alright. But now we can do this, I guess. Yeah, keep pushing me, great. Alright. Let's see. Here's another factory. 60 pigs get 5 cans of Wurst per meal per day each. Not 4, not 6, not 10. That is 5 precisely. And I don't care how much they squeal at you or how pathetic looking their sad little eyes are. If you over or underfeed my stock, I will carve each of your limbs away, then run your shrieking body through the machine. Dreadful slow. Increase daily vitamin administration to the Cystipix feeding trows by 4000%. Inventory logs. Borstwurst isn't the worst thing you've eaten today if you've tried our new CMP Soylent Taupe flavor. Inventory log passed. 0 cans, 0 cans, 0 cans, 1118 cans. Would you like to see week 2's inventory? Can I parse command? We corrupted. Unknown cans. Turn to root. So that... Category 2, toxic. Let's see, are there any other... Terminal, greetings. His daily vitamin feeding trows by 4000%. Exit.
You on your break? Enjoy the few minutes.
No, this ain't good. Should have gone back out.
System. Searching for unauthorized persons. Illegal activity detected.
Oh.
Incoming!
Better hurry.
Better take a look.
That didn't quite go as well. I really should have gone back. But okay, let's own up to our mistakes. Go back to Catherine and find out what happened there. But we didn't really hear much about what they were doing. What's this? Raptidon, okay. Dead Raptidon. Okay, I guess let's see. Can we go back? Yeah, Fallbrook. Okay. So we've basically finished this planet now. So the only thing we need to do is take the what's it called? The find the ship. And so I think what I'm going to do, since we're already running a little bit over, I think I'll take another short break. Then we'll turn in this mission, and then we'll do the other, we'll explore that ship, and then we call it a day. So by turning on that mission in a moment, we hopefully, you know, don't make that last part too short an episode. So see you in a moment.
I shall await your signal, Captain.
Alright, there we are. I hope you took the opportunity to take something to drink or whatever. And I actually just realized that all these hats look ridiculous. So let's not show the player helmet. And resume. And now let's head back. Let's see.
You seen Arthur today?
Nah, last time I saw him was, stars, I can't remember. Days.
You don't think he got crushed during the bridge collapse?
It was his team running that drop? Sure puts things into perspective.
Alright. Miss Malin, I forget how the name is pronounced.
How's Clive? I do hope you gave him my regards.
Factory's out of service, just like you asked.
Fast, efficient, eager to please? Might be I should ask you for more favors. Guessing your services don't come cheap. Still, this ought to compensate for your troubles. And take an aromatic. You stink like Sisty Pig.
Thanks. Comp aromatic. Alright. So we've done that. Let's see what this aromatic thing is. If I can find it. Oxycomp. Double oxygenated energizing spray. Critical damage plus 15. Bonus to extra hedgehog weeds for the last 25 seconds. Ozone to your nose zone. That sounds good, actually. Dervish Mist. Stimulation, companion ability cooldown. So I guess let's put those in here for now until we've used them up. And then, oh, we had a vending machine in there, didn't we? Max. Always the last one. I guess we don't. But I guess we can sell a lot of this stuff. Mind attributes. Sell. 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 Cositol, Verity's Breath. Purple Berry Punch. Berry Juice. Yeah, I guess we'll get... Wait, that's Natural Health Regeneration. We want that. Natural Health Regeneration. Attributes. Dexterity -1. Yeah, if it has a low afterwards, we don't want it. Weapon attack speed. Movement speed. Don't want that. Mind attributes +1. Cosmic Smoke. Nicotine low, again we don't want. Natural health, natural health, natural health, natural health. Adrena time crash. No, we don't want Adrena time then. Immunosol. Natural health regeneration. Okay. So we've at least thrown out that stuff. Alright, so then off to find our spaceships. Meet with Phineas contact. No, that's the other one. Weapons from the void. Science weapon. Irion on Scylla. Wait, location. Monarch. Canet's Cradle. I like that. They could still stick the landing. 0 out of 10 from the Monarch judge. Yeah, they didn't really land well. Okay. Oh, and that's... Oh, that's just the exit that it shows me at 100 meters. Wait, I guess I can fast travel there. UDL Lab, Devil's Peak Station, Sulfur Pits, Terra 1 Publications. We need to get somewhere there. So Cascadia landing pad is probably a good location, or as good as we can. Or Terra 1. I think is dark the lowest and bright the highest, so I guess we can try Terra 1. And go from there. Hopefully that will not be a mountain in between the two. Just had a split second where I thought, did I mute myself? Like, was I muted since the start of the stream? And that would have been bad. Oh. What's going on here?
I'm out! Reload! I'm catching target! Dora can see me now!
Ah, okay, there. Iconoclasts, okay. Insurgent? Oh.
Got my sights on you.
We have rioters and we have... Oh, MSI Sentinel. Okay, so I guess the other one was just someone who got killed on the way. I was thinking we had, like, you know, iconoclasts and iconoclast insurgents in like 2 factions now. That would have been a bit... I should probably not just run in here like that. What's this up there? That looks weird. Marauder ringleader. Oh, that's just a street sign. What I was wondering about.
Understood. I'll keep my head down.
Hear that?
Initiating security protocols.
Here they come.
Get them!
That's one down.
Everyone all right?
All right. Ah, those sweet, sweet armor parts. Alright, I think we can... Those colors look almost like mines. You don't look too healthy. Thanks for your donation though. Oh, that's an iconoclast. That as well. Mega Mantiqueen. Okay, we'll go this way. I want to finish the story and not pick fights with something named Mega. Oh jeez, and there's more Manti-pillars and Mantisaur drones.
Here we go!
There's one more.
That's the last of them.
Good work. Thank you, my friends. It's always a little... like, this world really is dangerous, you know, given how many dead soldiers and iconoclasts and things we find here. So they've really been clashing, and some of them just get eaten. Glad someone took care of that mantis swarm, because of course I didn't see it, and those would have been annoying. Okay. There's another mantis something group, I think. Let's see if we can maybe avoid them from seeing us. Prevent them from seeing us, avoid them seeing us. The English is not very good in me today. Oh, and that's the unhealthy area, I guess. Mega Raptidon. It's getting better.
Now that was a hunt. Captain, you sure know how to set a woman's heart to beating, that's for sure.
Okay. There are a few more of you. Okay. Got more skill points. They've eaten like half a regiment's supplies, apparently. I mean, not that I'm complaining that I'm getting useful stuff, but you know, it's one of the funnier parts of games like these. Thank you. Gonna be over encumbered soon, I think. All the stuff I'm picking up here. And who knows if they're giving me something nice.
Here we go! They were destined!
And I didn't even see it. For all the... Hey, I can snipe. Right. Are we finally done now? I mean, on one hand, you know, those screams when they get acid spit on them or something, you know, make it realistic. They should react to being hurt or damaged. On the other hand, you know, I think there should be like a build-up. And that, not muted, thank you. Yeah, there should be a build-up of some sort, you know, to the streams or, you know, like, they're not actually taking that much damage. So it always feels a bit extreme when then afterwards they just quietly walk. So either there should be, well, I guess there should be both, a build-up and then like a go down where they'll, you know, like where they might just, when they first take damage, go ouch, ouch, or something like that, and then, like, if their health goes lower, the screams become different or something, so it doesn't seem so extreme. Okay.
Doubt there's anyone or anything alive in there to cause you any grief. Seems like I'd be more effective out here, watching for threats.
Yeah, me too. You have fun, Captain.
I guess they figured out that inside there, it's not really enough room, and it's silly when the companions always run around, and so they said, okay, let's give them lines. And let them do this. Gunship Captain's key to unlock. Now we don't have a Gunship Captain key, apparently. Technician, Corporate Commander, Corporate Trooper. Oh, Captain Matsu's captain's key is active, but his life signs are no longer detected on the bridge. Logging flight hours while not present for duty is a violation of UDL policy. That's security systems, corporate security systems for you. All these mechanisms in place, and then the things they complain about is, oh, you're probably trying to stiff us for some money, instead of going, hey, here, this is a security breach and will be reported. Because, and maybe, oh, we've sent an emergency signal to have this investigated because it might be that the captain is dead or something. And I mean, you know, like, if it was a message like that, people would probably, you know, in such cases say, okay, I'll try to, I won't put in, you know, my card to pretend I'm there, because then if they don't get my life signs, they might think I have been wounded or something and someone is hacking it. And so it's a bigger infraction than maybe not getting my hours done or something. So eject Captain Matsu's command key. Run diagnostics. This Mark IV gunship's operational parameters have exceeded acceptable damage ranges. The cost of any repairs necessary at your nearest UDL repair facility will be averaged amongst the crew. View logs. Unable to access central log storage. Only the most recent entries in Captain Matsu's logs are available. November, December, January. Okay. CE saying something about spare regulator bypass something something. Chikushu. I'm turning this thing toward the groundbreaker, firing up the engines and retiring. Better to be arrested than lose power and drift out into space. I just hope this old bird can handle one last trip. Oh, so he was hoping to kind of get out of the companies. Better to be arrested than lose power and drift out into space. Just hope this old bird can help. Or maybe, well, he tried. Like, maybe they told him, you know, like, don't come down. Don't, you know, leave the blockade. And then he says, okay, I'll try to at least save my crew and me by going to Groundbreaker, but he crashed instead because it was already too late. I guess that's it. Interesting. So that was probably also why, you know, we're not being shot at. I mean, doesn't have to be that the Unreliable is that stealthy, but maybe also because they were just, you know, like running on fumes basically up there. Because, I mean, if you know there are ships out there, then you will not risk it. So they were kind of like Potemkin villages, the ships enforcing the blockade. How in this law-forsaken colony is it so impossible to requisition parts? My chief engineer is barking at me to order yet another damn thing and I can't even get a response from corporate. Shouldn't those be reversed in order? Or what? I don't know. Captain's log. Another day, another ship lands on Terra 1 and we can't shoot him down. That makes... I've lost count. What's the point of being out here if we can't get some backup? Huh. Start Mayday message playback.
Hello. My name's Jen. I'm the chief engineer on this gunship and I'd like to let the record show that our captain is a total fucking hullhead. I told him again and again that without fixing our regulators, spinning up the engines are going to blow through our coils and we'll go flying off in a completely random direction. Well, here we are. Thinking we'll hit soil in about 30 seconds. This is your chief engineer signing off for what is probably the last time. It's a shame you can't see this middle finger I'm holding up, because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
Getting very sarcastic. In her last moments. I mean, you gotta respect that. Jeez. This is really confusing, this, how angled this ship is. By the way, this is... like, you know, like, oh god, is it already 30 years ago? Well, 25, something like that, years ago. This would have been, you know, deemed a miracle, like Duke Nukem, if you ever heard of that game. Had one level that was amazing because they had also a crashed spaceship that was kind of angled. I think it was just angled sideways though, not like up. And basically what they just did is, you know, they sort of rendered it, you know, the straight thing and then just turned it by, you know, 45 degrees, so it was all 2D rotation, which was already, you know, straining the graphics, or rather the processors at that time. You didn't usually have graphics cards. Ooh. Hidden loot. So because, like, back then they couldn't do full 3D rendering, so what they did was they basically calculated the outlines of the walls and then just, you know, like filled them in as 2D graphics. And what they did also was, like, everything had to be straight horizontal, because they only did 3D projection on the vertical lines. And that was easier because, like, you know, the lines on the screen go horizontally. So if they just, you know, calculated like the start and end of a line, of a horizontal line, like sliced up the picture that way, then it was easier because you could just, in a regular calculation, you know, like you could just basically draw every second pixel if it got, like, in the back, if it was only 50 pixels wide, what should have been 100, you know, like, because of foreshortening in 3D projection. And so, since they did that, they couldn't have, like, you facing something that was going down. So, like, they could have stairs, but they couldn't have yeah, you know, they couldn't fix it. They couldn't have like a tilted view really, or a view going up, but in this case of the crashed spaceship, what they actually did was just they did it in 2D after doing the 3D projection. And so it seemed as if it was tilted, and it wasn't quite. Cantankerous Canid targeting module. It's a nice name. It's like dirty dog, I guess. Is that a Cantankerous Canid? Sounds like an Ubuntu release name. Like, what was it? Something Badger? I don't remember. Breezy Badger or something? They had version names like these. Alright, and now we have to make a big decision, I guess. Okay, so first, hard save here, because I might want to go back here. Alright. Give the module to Sanja or to Graham. So interesting that's both optional. So I can ally with the Iconoclasts or MSI. Let's head to Amber Heights because I think they were thinking about protecting either the city or their place with it, wasn't it? Well, let's go there and see. I don't quite remember all the details. Alright. But I don't really want to, like, it said...
Damned philosophists.
Makes sense that he would be not quite happy about them. Where is the doctor? Oh, I guess she's with them over there. Yes, it seems that she's standing there. So that's what I'm hoping, that I can talk with Zora.
Captain, we should chat.
Yes.
Graham's got the right idea, but he isn't the right guy to execute it. I don't even think he's motivated by philosophism anymore. I think he's just guilt-ridden.
Let's be frank here. He's an unhinged charlatan.
Not helping, Max.
You're not wrong. But get the hell off your high horse, preacher. This ain't exactly easy for me. I can't believe I'm even saying this, but I keep going over and over it in my head, and the only way I see the iconoclast surviving is we depose him.
And you'd run it in his stead? I would want to know that, but I wouldn't. I think this is said accusing. I'm with you there. Let's go talk with him. Let's see, maybe we can de-escalate somehow.
Okay. Deep breaths. This is what's best, Sora. Time to save Monarch.
I'm scared.
Captain, you must be back with the access codes to our new ship.
Graham, we need to talk.
We have work to do. This isn't the time for one of our spats.
Stand down, Graham. I think that's the first thing, you know, ease him into it.
Stand down? I'm afraid I don't understand, Captain.
You're running the iconoclast into the ground, and I don't believe it'll get better after we take Stellar Bay. The troops take orders from me already, and you've brought me as far as you can down the eternal path. It's time to step down.
The troops? Listen to you. This isn't an army. They aren't soldiers. They're believers. Followers. They pick up a gun because you tell them to, not because they want to. And you, Captain, after all you've done for me, for us, you throw behind this mutinous blasphemer?
Alright, what answer do we give? We need to talk. Yeah, exactly. Like, is there any way to tell him this, you know, without having him blow up? Like, you're about to take over a planet, you can't handle that responsibility. Like, you know, what is it? I do, she's got the best interests of the iconoclast at her. I just think she'll be a better leader. Let's try that, I guess. I hope that it's, you know, said in like the way where it's like, you know, see what happened last time you got stressed and you got, and you know, that kind of thing. And you got people killed by sending the good fighters somewhere else unnecessarily early. You're about to take over a planet, you can't handle that responsibility.
I can and shall. All I've done for my people. And look at where that path has led me. I built this movement from the ground up. I've brought freedom to Monarch, and all these years later, we're still free.
I joined because I believed that you were in it for the iconoclasts. That you wanted nothing more than to bring freedom to Halcyon. That you were selfless. But I know the truth now, Graham. I know what happened in Amber Heights. You didn't start this movement because you wanted to save us. You wanted to save yourself.
No.
Those deaths... I mean, he is guilty. You know, and maybe we can appeal to his guilt. You ran, you needed a clear conscience, so you ran. You don't seek enlightenment, you just feel guilty. I'll try one, I think, just because, you know, like, we need to convince him to, you know, like, to see that he's a bad, like that's how I think, you know, you could maybe convince him, is if he wants to be successful with this movement. You know, and I'm kind of trying to guilt trip him into that, I guess. You know, he's not a good figurehead for the movement, because he has blood on his hands. And in every negotiation, it will be, wait, Graham did what? You know? But on the other hand, this could be as well, you ran, you needed a clear conscience, so you ran. Those deaths are on your hand, Graham. No amount of meditation will clean them.
I've spent years atoning for my sins. I've studied, meditated, taught. I built the iconoclasts so that any man could cast away his past for a fresh start.
That's your answer, Graham? You needed a fresh start? After all those innocent lives? I'm sorry. I believed in you once. I did. But it's over. Stand down.
I won't. What happened back then was a mistake, and the colony has moved on. This is my movement. These are my people. If you want to lead them, you'll have to kill me.
That isn't necessary.
Please. Don't make me do this, Graham.
If this is where my path ends, I accept it. But as long as I draw breath, I will not abandon them.
So be it.
Here they come! Take them down! Done here.
I don't think I even hit them. Optional, give the module to Zora. Yeah. I think she knows now. The board are now agreeable. Doop.
Well, Captain, here we are. Killed a lot of people in the name of the iconoclasts, and it never feels right. But this time, it's especially wrong. You've got the... Void held me. I'll never remember what that thing is called. The device from the ship. Do you have it?
Hold on. I was thinking you and Sanjar could join forces. That's what I want.
I've thought about it, but I think we're too far gone. Pulling Carlotta's support was crossing a line.
That's the only choice I have to give. I'm not inspiring enough. How many of your believers are going to die for this? Sanjar has corporate resources you could use to spread the message. Either of you can afford this fight, Monarch is going to devour the victor. Your people have suffered long enough, you could stop that. Okay, I guess we can only say that one, but that's better than nothing. Sanjar has corporate resources you could use to spread the message.
You know, Captain, I never thought about that. Maybe he could be taught the eternal truth. Spread the message from within the corporations. All right. If he's willing to talk, I'll give him a chance.
I'll see what I can do. It's interesting, I could still change my mind now and give the module to Zora. I like how they, how these missions update. Like in many other games, the mission objectives are kind of set in stone. And here, they keep updating the objectives in a nice way. Ooh. Alright.
If I hear you say survival of the fittest one more time, I'm gonna lose it. Survival's about persistence and luck.
So weapon proficiency and adaptive skill play no part whatsoever, in your mind.
If it does, it ain't enough. I've gone and outlived the best hunters I ever knew.
It is neither luck nor random chance. At times, destiny may not seem fair, but there is a reason for life events, even if that reason is not immediately obvious.
Please. Nature's only got one reason for death. To feed the one still standing.
I like how they like dig into each other and discuss these opposites. Alright. So now I guess we have to convince Sanjar that he can't live without them. So let's just see, are we already wearing our, so dialogue skills +5, leadership skills +5, persuade +7. Yeah, I think that's the best things we have. Okay. Wait, didn't we have... Where was that town here? Bayside Terrace? Stella Bay Ruins. We wanted to see if Max has to say anything about that church, no? So let's do that. And I thought, like, the guy we were supposed to find for him would be there.
No one saw me trip over that, right? I'll keep quiet.
That's how it's done, Captain.
Nice one.
Okay, that worked well. Sniping. I guess the tactical time dilation and... oh, right. I wanted to make the tactical time dilation more... Do we have that anywhere? Debuff, handgun critical hits, ignore... Gunshot, deadly focus, no weapon sway, long gun, critical hits. Melee weapons, heavy weapons, that's not it. I thought they had a mode that was kind of like the Fallout thing. Adapt lockpick preview, see what's inside locked containers. Oh, I want that. That's 10 points. Medical. Damage bonus versus humans. Science. Well, you know how in Fallout you get to pick like different body parts and then you get, you know, like an outline saying, okay, this one is this likely to hit and things, so you can pick like the best part to shoot. And I thought they had that as an upgrade somewhere here. But I guess not. Okay. Where were we? I think... I mean, lockpick preview sounds kind of nice. Should I just shoot all 10 points in that? Or should I put some... I think I'll put some more in persuade. I think I'll go with persuade and intimidate for now. And put the 2 points I have left into the lockpick preview, so we'll have that sooner. It's not much, but it's a start. Let's see, what perks can we get? Oh, maybe it was a perk. Reduces the weight of consumables. Increased weak shot damage. That sounds interesting and to keep in mind. Health restored per kill. Kill an enemy. Companion ability. Okay. Base health, vendor prices, XP from companion kills, damage when alone in party, walk speed, tactical time dilation, recharge speed, ammo stock on vendors, base armor rating, science weapon damage, ranged weapon sway, critical hit, armor carrying capacity. Movement speed during tactical time dilation, damage, detection radius of enemies, melee damage returned as health, revive companions, kill still 25% of the damage to enemies within 2.5 meters. Damage while under... Okay, so it's not really... I guess then we go for the carrying capacity. And then we'll see what Max can have skills. While Max in your party, you and your companions deal bonus damage with science weapons. Yeah, of course we go for his special skills first. Oh, and there's another point available. Chance to reset ability cooldown on kill. Companion ability damage equip time. Heavy-handed, battle hardened. Increase the damage dealt by this companion when using ranged weapons. Base health, threat generated. Let's give him more ranged damage, I guess. Just because then hopefully we'll be able to shoot better from a distance. Okay. Got them all. I hope I didn't run into the next group now. Okay, is there anything in here that Max wants to comment on? Sir?
By verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today?
Okay. A book. Interesting. Oh, that might be an item that we'll find in Max's apartment next time. Okay, I guess Max doesn't have to say anything about it. I thought we'd find the scholar here that turned out not to be a scholar, but nope.
Between you and me, Preacher, I don't think we can trust Sam.
On that point, we're in agreement.
I keep catching that bucket of bolts around my room. It says it's cleaning up bottles, but I ain't buying it.
You think you could be a bored spy?
Oh, fuck. You could be onto something. I'll tell you this much. If it tries to sell me another void-forsaken cleaning instrument, I'm kicking it out of the airlock.
Foreshadowing or paranoia, just for fun? It's interesting, there's always something you can, you know, trust someone on. You know, something you can have two people agree on. That's also good characterization, you know, to say, okay, there are things that they totally disagree on, but there must also always be things they agree on. And so either you can do it, you know, as a throwaway situation to show, you know, they're all humans, they have similarities, or you can do it and say, hey, these are...
If you were in charge, would you keep the board around?
Of course. Even with all their faults, they are the best chance to maintain order in the colony.
I suppose I can appreciate the structure of things. Long as the folks at the top have got the right heads on their shoulders.
Is that a little hint? You know, where they think, like, okay, it would probably be a bit extreme, or is it just world building, you know? Like, it's like they could be warning you that at the end maybe you get a choice to completely abolish the board, or, you know, just, you know, reshape it, soften it up a little. And it could be that they're saying, you know, in this galaxy, if you abolish the board right now, it'll just all go to hell, because there'll be a power vacuum, don't do that. Or it could be that they're just saying, see, even your friends that are completely, you know, like that are with you in this fight against the board are going, well, I can't imagine things working without the board. And you as the player are supposed to be going, well, my life here is basically without the board. It's possible, believe me.
If the iconoclasts reach that ship first, there won't be any chance for a peaceful monarch. I don't suppose you've found the targeting module yet. I've sent patrols, but they're running into trouble with the iconoclasts.
Why do you need the targeting module?
Well, because the module controls the weapons systems.
I mean, why do you need the gunship's weapon systems?
Because once we mount them on Stellar Bay's walls, no Marauder or Raptidon will ever be a threat to us again. Stellar Bay will be as secure as any other settlement in Halcyon.
I don't see how UDL is going to let you keep their toys.
The board's own salvage and recovery clause 32B would say differently.
Ah.
And they won't dare challenge us over this. Not after the data you found on their experiments here.
What's so bad about the Iconoclasts reaching the gunship?
Can you imagine what those maniacs would do with weapons like that? They'd wreak havoc.
And roll back all the progress we've made at reconciling with the rest of Halcyon.
We don't know that.
Oh, I've known their ilk long enough. Even if they merely sat on the scraps, the threat of a bunch of anarchists holding a gunship would bring the full wrath of the board down on Monarch. We can't afford that.
Threaten the system's order and you call down the wrath of the universe. Or in this case, the board's. Which in this colony is pretty much the same thing.
Ah, you see our quandary then.
Enough about the gunship.
Good, because we haven't a moment to lose.
According to the ship's logs, they suffered some kind of malfunction.
That's surprising. The board's equipment is usually in top shape. After all, they have first access to any fresh parts or components.
Agreed. This is mysterious, to say the least.
Wait. We know that, the colonies are being more and more run down. And we know that I think we didn't get any messages from Earth, right? Nobody also really seems to care much about messages from Earth either. And that was not a pun on a Babylon 5 episode title, by the way. So maybe the problem is that Earth has, told the board to screw themselves? Or, something's happened to Earth? I think I mentioned that theory before. Perhaps there's something deeper going on, or maybe it's slim pickings for them too. Let's go with that. That seems kind of more, practical, more... more the close at hand, the more immediate, simpler explanation that they're not getting as much anymore from Earth or something without going for like a deep conspiracy. Maybe it's slim pickings for them too.
You think so? I always thought scarcities on Monarch were due to our pariah status.
Could you agree to a truce with the Iconoclasts?
They're all mad. And what's more, they left us. I don't see any way for us to work together.
I've read your reviews, Sanjar. You can't do this alone.
Not this again.
Remember what we practiced, sir.
Yes. The words in those reviews were very hurtful, but they do not define me. I am a mantipillar, and my will is my cocoon. I can emerge and become whatever I wish.
You're good with details, but you could use someone who sees the big picture. I think that's good. That's kind of what Zora does as well.
You too?
She has a point, sir, and it's not all bad.
Supposing you're right, who exactly would you have me work with? The Iconoclasts are not the most compromising sorts.
How did things get so bad between you and the Iconoclasts?
Oh, how do these things ever start? Once upon a time, Graham and I saw the same problems with MSI. A rigid corporate structure with no regard for its people. But where I wanted to reform MSI, he only wanted to take it apart. As if starving in the wilderness is somehow better than starving under corporate mismanagement. He wouldn't hear reason, and I doubt any of his successors will either.
Sora leads the Iconoclasts now. What about her?
That's an interesting suggestion. I confess I don't know much about her except that she worked for Rizzo.
There ain't a body on this planet that can keep a group patched up like she has. I don't know how she does it.
I'd be willing to consider it, but I need to see her review first.
Okay. Actually, I already found it on a terminal in Cascadia.
Very well. I can't promise anything, but let's see what we have here. Well, it seems like she's actually very qualified.
If it weren't for her, I'd wager the Iconoclast would have died off a while ago.
All right. I'll have Celia organize a meeting in neutral territory, the old OSI church in the ruins. Meet us there, and we'll discuss terms.
Okay, so that was why that church was there. Because we'll have that conversation in there. Very well. Goodness gracious.
Who wants to play an impromptu tossball match? No one? Really?
He's kind of like the worst of, you know, like the cliche, or that phrase, or I think was kind of the worst cliche, you know, hip priest in a TV movie type, you know, who plays basketball or baseball with the disenfranchised youth and things like that. Repair all equipped. All right. Hey, ho, let's go. So we have about 20 minutes left to leave this planet. You think I'm gonna make it? Alright. But yeah, I like how it's gone so far. It's a really... Yeah, I love the way they tell their stories, and the game seems to be running reasonably well. Well, you know, seemed to be. Like today, its performance is a little weird. But it's still... Hahaha. Already a sign of things to come. An iconoclast and an MSI commander at the entrance. Okay. Let's do another save. And see what we're gonna do.
Hey, thanks for coming.
I wish I'd had more time to prepare a proper analysis on the costs and benefits of your proposed union, but I suppose we'll have to improvise.
Sanjay, you have got to scale it back. No, but it's a start, you know. That's the spirit.
Gotta admit, I really thought I was walking into a trap here. I'm ready.
If it were, I wouldn't be standing here all vulnerable like.
Sanjar, Stellar Bay's got food and walls. And my people need both. If you'll have us, we're willing to share the space.
Do you have any idea what that would cost? Why, drawing up the budget alone is going to take weeks.
What if the iconoclast just supported your supply? I don't want to threaten him with Sora, you know. That's, you know, we want them to work together peacefully. Always save before peace negotiations. Yeah, I'm sure there are some people who have to do that in the world, and they would love to be able to do that, you know, to just go, no, 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 rewind, let's try this again. What if the iconoclasts just supported your supply lines?
Not good enough. I need to move a fair amount of my people into the city. We need shelter, Captain.
I'm not saying live outside, just help out in the wilderness once in a while. Yeah, that sounds like what I would have expected, because they're skilled. Right?
Suppose some of our healthier folk could offer aid. Some of us need to stay in the city proper, though.
Well, I'll be damned. If you two can work together, maybe there's some hope for this place after all.
Truly, a compromise? I'm not sure I'd ever have heard as much from Graham.
Graham was a murderous fiend, and I'd be shocked if you didn't already know that.
I don't think Sanjar would have hurt anyone if he knew he didn't agree to it. Yeah, I think that's Sanjar.
Void take his agreement. He stood by and let it happen.
This feels like one of those times when everyone at headquarters but me is laughing at something, but you two aren't laughing.
Amber Heights, you haulhead. 10 years ago, Graham had all those people killed.
What? That's not possible. Even for him, that's going too far.
He needs facts, so we found correspondence between him and the pirates. I think is the only way Sanjar will accept it, I think. It is, we found correspondences between him and the pirates.
But that means... I had no idea, I swear. Look, we were both fed up with corporate leadership, but I never guessed he'd do something like that.
I buy it. Sanjar ain't capable of hurting a sprat, even from a distance.
You can't take bureaucrats at their word. You back someone into a corner like this, and they'll say anything to get out of it.
Do I need to... You're here for the people, not the past. Maybe that... I mean, that takes her, you know, like, reminds her of Graham. Ah, this is hard. Or Sanjar, you're a leader? That means taking responsibility. Damn it. Let's see. I think I'll, you know, like, it's... Zora already made a compromise. But I mean, him just saying, okay, I'll take responsibility, could just, you know, confirm what she's thinking. Let's risk it. Sanjar, you're a leader. That means taking responsibility.
Very well. I suppose my ignorance is no excuse. I knew Graham for years. I should have done my due diligence and known exactly who I was working with. Surely you know what that's like.
Yeah, I do. Okay, if you're willing to house and supply some of us, I'll have our more capable soldiers help out.
Glad to hear it. I'm hopeful about this alliance. Now hug it out. I'm hopeful about this alliance.
As am I. Oh, I can feel my blood pressure lowering already.
Thanks for coming out, Sanjar. Guess I'll see you at Stellar Bay.
We've changed the course of the future, Captain. You helped steer it toward the better.
2,000 bits. Soft speaker? What is a soft speaker? What did I just get there? Is that a modification or? Oh. Or is it a mission that I got? Broaden your horizons with a little light reading. This might look nice in one of the crew's rooms on the Unreliable. Okay. I guess I don't know what soft speaker is. The city and the stars. Space. Okay, I guess that's done. So who do I give the targeting module? This will be interesting, I guess. Of course, I also don't know what will the depravity never cease? Monarch Stellar Industries reveal their true colors. MSI joins forces with iconoclast radicals. Oh, that didn't do them that much help. Yeah, that was just what I was wondering about. Like, how would the board react? You're having Skyrim main quest flashbacks. I don't think I got to that part yet. I've played some ESO, but I don't think I've played that much Skyrim yet. So what does Sanjar say now?
I must thank you for your excellent recommendation regarding Zora. She's most capable. Anyway, what can I do for you?
How are things going in Stellar Bay these days?
Quite well. As a matter of fact, Zora is proving most capable. You should see the way she pounds the table and gets straight to the point. It makes for some rather exhilarating meetings. I know I had my concerns initially, but your instincts were right. Zora and her compatriots have become valuable and productive members of our community. And since we're back in the board's good graces, we've got real growth prospects to look forward to. What can I do for you?
Okay. I'm a bit confused because I still have the targeting module. But I guess we got this done. So let's see. Meet with Phineas, contact. That leads us to Byzantium, so I think we're heading on to Byzantium in the next stream. Or we could take it, I think we'll take a detour to Edgewater, and then explore Byzantium. But I guess that's it. I wonder if they forgot to remove the item, or if that item... You know, these quest items that some RPGs have, some of them are not just, you know, like scenery, so that you say, okay, I have something in my inventory because someone said they gave me something, so that when you're looking for it, you go, oh, okay, it's in here. So that means, you know, you can't sell it, and you use it for the quest. But also what they're often used for is like as a target. Try using the targeting module on the unreliable. Yeah, that sounds fun. So yeah, sometimes these are used like as a switch inside the game. So the game can tell if you have that item, you're allowed to like go into certain areas of the game or something, and if you don't have the item, or if you have, I don't know, like a destroyed version of that item or something like that, then it will tell, like later, like if you don't have the item, then it will tell the game you can't go in that area, or it might take you, you know, like the game state should be like it is before you got that item. Whereas if you had like a destroyed targeting module, for instance, then that item would serve to tell it, okay, it's after you decided to destroy this module or something like that, you know? So that's one way for games to kind of make it easy to reuse like the system that they use for the inventory already. And you know, like there already is code in the game for, I don't know, if you have an apple and you say eat an apple, then it checks, yes, you have an apple, and subtracts one from your apples, or removes one apple from your inventory, and, you know, ups your health by that much. So you can't, like, eat an apple twice or something. Which, like, especially for network games, that's very important, because you could cheat in fun ways if they didn't have, like, a secure way of detecting, okay, this item is there, I can use it, okay, now I've used it, but the game crashed. But it will always be either you still have the item and your health is lower, or you don't have the item anymore and your health has been restored. Or something like that, you know. So yeah, that's an interesting like part. And so maybe in this case this targeting module hasn't been removed and serves as an indicator, okay, both MSI as well as the iconoclasts like me, you know, and I've helped both of them, and they are a united faction now. Whereas before it was, you know, the iconoclasts are one faction and Monarch are the other. Alright, so I guess we're done here. We've explored everything, so I guess we can go back to the unreliable and see what happens. Maybe we can have a short conversation. What, your Twitch just crashed? That doesn't sound good. Like the browser crashed, or Twitch's player just, like the page just said, hey, this web page rendering process just crashed and the rest of your browser was still okay. Anyway, right, I think main quest was, oh yeah, Phineas contact. So yeah, I guess we're done here and we can call it a day for today. Ada didn't have anything to say. Well, okay.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
Still not sure why the woolly cows are here. Are we just transporting them to make some money? And the fertilizer is probably... Oh, are the cows fertilizer shipments? Did she mean like the cows pooed on the deck or what? That's Parvati's place. This book is heavily dog-eared with doodles in the margins. The Mortal Steel Wrench and you. Okay, let's see, does Max have the book? Index of Banned Literature. Art and Science of Tossball. Equation and the Plan. Anything.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something vexing you, Captain?
Okay. I guess not. Do we still have the book? Ah, the book disappeared now, so I guess someone has it now. Guess it was one of those here, or maybe Felix's journal. Just in case I ever start losing my mind. Why is he worried about that? In Praise of Arson, this contraband collection of essays by anonymous anarchists calls for a total destruction of the corporate establishment and the apparatus of oppression. The book looks like it's never been opened. Can Agent Khan rescue Auntie Cleo from the clutches of weekenders? Weekenders. I guess the bots are... There's a lot of bottles here. True to character, at least. Okay, and I guess... Ooh, what's this? Is that a camera? Ah, I guess that's another camera. So that's how they really look, you know, like they look like old style fold-out film cameras. What was that sound? Sounded like a motorcycle going around somewhere. Well, anyway, I guess that's where we call it a day. Oh, the mobile app wanted to update itself. Ah, annoying. Okay. I hope you've had fun. We've liberated another planet from the corporate yoke.
Status report. 13 jobs scheduled for area maintenance.
Good boy, Sam. Good boy. Alright, and so this is where we call it a day. Next, the Outer World stream will be same time on next Sunday. So we started about 6 hours ago. Goodness gracious. So at 5 p.m. Central European summertime. Yeah, so we'll have another one then. And the next like Save the Planets. Yes, I will. I will collect the whole set. And what else did I want to say? Yeah, there wasn't one last week, but I hope that next week there will be another Wednesday stream. I'm still thinking what I'll be doing. So far, I've been playing a New Game Plus run of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but given that's basically a replay of something I've already played, and the original intent behind it to have something to put on YouTube that is complete and not partial like the original playthrough I started there, which just stopped at some point, and I finished the playthrough off stream. So I'm thinking that I might not continue it because I had some technical issues with that stream and there are bits missing again. Yeah, so I'm thinking about various other games I might play. Currently I have one point-and-click adventure game and one stealth game that I'm dithering between, so we shall see which one I decide by then. So I hope if you liked the way I do these streams and play these streams and, you know, take my time and chat and things like that, then maybe if you have time on Wednesday evenings, it's 1 hour later the start time than this stream, so at 6 p.m. You can find the stream times also under this stream if you are on the desktop website. I don't think Twitch itself in the mobile app shows it, sadly. So I hope you enjoyed this stream. I hope to see you again next week. Sorry. I hope to see you again next week. Either Wednesday for the new game, or maybe even another Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm a little mercurial right now and don't know what I'll be doing. Also, keep an eye out on my Twitter if you want to know whether there will be a stream. Like, if I cancel the stream, I'll usually announce it there a little bit ahead of time. So yeah, just in case you're curious. I also usually update the stream title, but Twitch doesn't really always show the title, because when I host another stream, it hides my title. So I don't know if you'll actually see anything on the Twitch website. Depending on whether I feel pointy or stealthy on Wednesday. Exactly, yeah. That's a good summary, thank you. So yeah, have a good rest of the weekend, however long it might be for you now, and have a good week. And I hope that for everyone, the weeks will be improving from now on. It's time for some good news. 2020 has been really mean to us so far, and to some people even for about 100 years or more. So hopefully see you for the next stream. Bye bye.